Can you tell I'm a Slytherin? Hello world, what's up? Hope you're good. So today we're gonna talk about my TBR for the N.E.W.T.s, the magical readathon hosted by G from Book Roast. So as you can tell, I'm a Slytherin, so I hope Slytherin will win the N.E.W.T.s this time. What are the N.E.W.T.s? They are the nastily exhausting wizarding tests. In April we took our owls, now we're gonna take our N.E.W.T.s. And let me tell you, it's gonna be a very challenging month. What do I mean? If you're a muggle and you don't know what I mean, the readathon, because this is a readathon, starts on August 1st till the end August 31st. So you have 31 days to read as many books as you can, with a maximum of 36, I believe. 36, I don't think I will go for the 36 books. So here I have a list with all the Hogwarts subjects and grades and requirements, etc. And here all the books I'm planning on reading for these prompts, etc. So I have one book for each subject, minimum. But as I want to be a magizologist, so you know what it is, right? Taking care of magical creatures, just as N.E.W.T.s does in Fantastic Beasts. As I want to do exactly the same thing, I'm gonna focus on care of magical creatures, charms, and herbology. I will show you first the books that I'm planning on reading for these 3 subjects, and then I'm gonna show you the books for the rest of them. I feel like I should explain to you what it is exactly about how prompts works, etc. But I will link down below G's channel and G video, so you will have all the information. But so you maybe understand better, I'm gonna show you something. So here you can see, for instance, arithmetic. If you want to get A grade, you have to read a book of at least 300 pages. Then if you read that book, you can go further and have an E and then an O, etc. So you cannot read, for instance, the O book without having read the 2 first books. I don't know if I make any sense, but G's videos explain everything better. First, for care of magical creature, for a grade of A, acceptable, you have to read a book with an animal on the cover. And for that, I chose 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I know it's time for me to pick it up, and I will do it now. And that's an amazing book. And yeah, I don't feel like I'm gonna give a synopsis for every single book. This will be like a 24 hours video. But everyone told me that I should read this one, so I finally bought it, and I will read it because I'm on BookTube and Bookstagram, and I haven't read 6 of Crows. Like, shame on me. And then for exceeded expectation, I have to read a book with less than 160 pages, and for that I decided to read The Little Prince by Saint-Exupéry. I have this book, but it's downstairs and it's actually in French because the author is French. Yeah, so yeah. And then to get an O outstanding, you have to read a book with dragon in it in any kind of way. And for that, I'm gonna read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Do I really need to explain why? No. Then I will try to read one book for charms, and for that, for the A, acceptable, I have to read a book with magic in it, so I'm gonna go with A Darker Shade of Magic by V.A. Schwab. And this is also going to be a buddy read, so I will read it with Dami from Journey to Books on Bookstagram, so yeah, can't wait to dive into this one. Then I'm hoping to get to herbology, so I will read a book with a green cover for the acceptable grade, and for that I will read Lost Boy by Christina Henry. So this is a retelling of Peter Pan, and Peter Pan is actually not a good boy, and he tells lies. So these are the 5 books I really want to pick up and finish for this readathon, so I can be a magizologist just like N.E.W.T. I don't know what's that dance, that's ridiculous, especially for a Slytherin. We're never ridiculous, you know. But in case I'm done with the 5 books, I picked 1 book per subject, so now I'm gonna go into that. And then for Ancient Runes, for acceptable, you have to read a book set in the past, and for that I chose The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. I think I just mixed up French and English. You know, it's about revenge, so perfect. And this is actually my favorite book ever, like ever. Then for arithmancy, I have to read a book with at least 300 pages. And for that, I'm gonna read Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. That's not cheating. To get an acceptable for astronomy, I need to read a book with stars on the cover. So for that, I'm gonna go with The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This was definitely a cover buy. I really bought this book because of the cover, but also because Jay said it was awesome, so it's time for me to read it. So to get an exceeded expectation for charms, you have to read a book with a cover that charmed you, so I picked Ink by Alice Broadway. This is about love and loyalty and also people who want to live forever. I'm not really sure, but it's really intriguing. Then to get my outstanding grade for charms, I had to read a book that I think will leave a mark, and for that I chose The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, just because I just fell in love with the writing, and every time I read something he wrote, I'm just like with stars in my eyes, so yeah. And I don't know exactly what it is about, but I believe it's about childhood, but darker childhood, not the childhood that we can read about in fairy tales. So yeah, I'm all in. Then to get an A for Defense Against the Dark Art, you have to read a book which is the last in the series, and for that I'm gonna read Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, which is the sequel to Six of Crows. Then to get an exceeded expectation for, again, Defense Against the Dark Art, you have to read a book with a fold cover, and for that I picked Spark by Alice Broadway, which is a sequel to this one. To get an A for Divination, I had to read a book that's set in the future, and for that I chose A Close and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, and this is actually the sequel to this one, but the main characters in this one are not the same one, so we're not gonna follow exactly the same stories or characters. To get an exceeded expectation grade for herbology, you have to read a book that's actually illustrated, and for that I picked Death Note 1, which actually contains volume 1 and 2 of the mangas, and this is illustrated. As you can see, I picked the black edition because it's just beautiful, and I love the anime, but I haven't read the manga, so I'm quite curious. Then for History of Magic, to get an acceptable, you have to read a book that you think will fit perfectly in the Hogwarts library, and for that I picked up Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas 2. For Muggle Studies, to get an A, you have to read a book that was written by one of your favorite authors, and I picked up The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Just as I said before, Neil Gaiman is a god to me. For potions, to get an A, you have to read a book with the name of a color in the title, and for that I was thinking about The Red Queen, and this will be actually a new book. And for Transfiguration, to get an acceptable grade, you have to read a book with a grey cover, and for that one I picked up another ebook, Black Winds Beating. So Six of Crows, A Darker Shade of Magic, Harry Potter 1, and Lost Boy and The Little Prince that I had downstairs are the books that I consider like I have to read them, like that's the minimum. Then it will be super good if I could add Death Note 1, 2 and Ink. And these are all the books that I will dream to finish for this readathon, plus the book that I have downstairs and the ebooks, but that's just insane. So priority to these 4 books and tiny one that I have downstairs, and these 2, because don't forget that, but I'm working full time, and when I say full time, it's like full time, and I have a dog. Yeah. So I told you that this readathon won't be that easy. So we'll see what I can do. So well, that's it for my TBR. Let me know if you're participating, and if you are, please comment down below so I can follow your social media, etc. so we can all share that together. And don't forget to follow G and to follow her Twitter. I will put the link down below, but also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to my other social media. Oof, I almost fell, never mind. I hope you loved the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.